Hi, John Asen, Director of Instruction down here at 3D Golf Performance. And in many of my videos, we've talked about generating lag, and based on this condition, we're going to have what we call forward shaft lean at impact. And everything we measure is based on what you do at impact. So I'm going to hit a couple of shots. I want to talk about how the weekend warrior, the club golfer, tends to have some flippiness going on at the bottom here where the club shaft is going to get past their hands, the body might stall, and all of a sudden they're using the bottom hand, really, the right hand, to square up the club face or to hit the ball with it, as opposed to being able to utilize the entire shaft and release it from the left hand here and let the left hand control that club face and shaft. So I'm going to hit a shot. I'm going to kind of flip one on purpose. I want you to understand the trajectory. I even hit the ground before the ball there. I flipped it. You know, it went pretty straight, so I had decent alignments. But I'll just show you one of the numbers we work with on the screen here, making sure that you can develop a more penetrating ball flight with forward shaft lean. This number here, it's called the launch number, and that produces basically the degree at which the ball launches from the club face. It's not the club face loft, it's just the way the ball launches from the club face, which would have something to do with the club face loft, of course. And at the same time, that loft right here, producing that launch, is going to give me a greater part of my distance or lack thereof. So that forward shaft lean is really important to create a more penetrating ball flight. The other part of it is, what we just mentioned, was if you're using more your right hand to hit and you get this early extension in your wrist, instead of building some lag and getting that forward shaft lean with the weight left, you're going to end up losing a lot of the leverage of the shaft. 3, 4, 5 inches. And believe it or not, every half inch, you're going to get 2 to 3 miles an hour of speed. So I get to use the whole shaft if I'm working through and releasing this way, as opposed to someone who is throwing the club out and releasing or extending their right wrist early instead of transporting it forward. So I'm going to hit a shot where I transport forward now and create much better lag and therefore better forward shaft lean when I hit the ball. That one again was 21 degrees. You saw the distance of that last one. This one here, much different distance. And when you look up at the numbers there, you can see the top left launch number is now all the way down to 16, and I got 160 yards. So, you know, that 5 degrees of launch just created approximately 20 yards of distance. My path and face were more or less where I want them, inside out. A slightly closed face, so I ended up slightly left. But in general, what I was able to do there was create enough lag and therefore get my hands transported more forward into impact, what we call professional impact conditions here. So one of our key imperatives at impact is to have that forward shaft lean and develop a really strong condition of the face, and at the same time you can see how it produces more distance really just for free. So I'm going to go to the face-on angle here and give you a little drill to do to try to practice a couple things. All right, so we're back here face-on with you, and I want to further emphasize that professional impact, one of the imperatives is to hit this bag with the shaft leaning against the bag. Obviously, if I have some early extension, you can see why the low point in my arc is behind the ball, and I might be scooping underneath it, but I'll never get to a level where I can get the base of my swing forward and get that ball turf divot. This little series of steps, using your smash bag, a very inexpensive investment, 30 bucks, fill it with towels, or you can use an old cushion from your sofa, put it up against the wall. You can use a rubber tire, an old tire from your car. You don't need a golf ball. You can do this in the basement. You can do it wherever that you can have a little tiny swing here. And I'm going to start with the left first. So as I position my left hand on the grip, I want to make sure that I've got that positioning correct and some connection to my chest here. And all I want to do is make some little swings here and find that bag with my hand forward. Now again, your left hand is going to be a lot more of the control, so it turns, and then I develop some lag as I transport the shaft forward into my impact bag. So you need to do this somewhere between 50 and 100 times. You're going to develop a really good pathway if you can do that. Step 2, you take the right hand and place it on, somewhere close to where it would normally be on the grip. Set the shaft up to the center of the hips as per usual, and then we're just taking a little backswing, and you're going to make sure that you feel like your bent right wrist is not only past the ball, but the palm of your hand is facing the screen. So we're trying to get the palm of my hand to my screen here, or towards the target, okay? So it's really important that you create the angle with soft hands and wrists and get it as far forward as you can. All right, so you'll be able to see some incredible lag, and you can see I'm delivering the hands forward with my pivot. My right shoulder's going forward. Everything's moving into impact where I want it. I'm now going to take the bag and throw it forward a good foot. I'm going to put both hands on, and I'm going to create a little swing. Same feelings, but I want to hit the bag with the toe of the club. So not face on, but with the rotation of my hands already there. So I want the toe of the club to be there when I hit the bag. And then I'm going to make little swings with a ball. I'm going to put all this together, and I'm going to feel like I'm not only got forward shaft lean, but I'm also going to create a good release of the golf club. So you can see how the toe is released past the heel. I'm in a knuckles down position, and you can see that I had incredible forward shaft lean into that professional impact position. So good luck with that little step drill. Go through it, again, 50 to 100 reps with each. And remember, enjoy the hit.